Tay last night, was that effort related? Was it performance related? Was it technique related? Because when you look at it, you don't see any obvious plays that he quote unquote took off.
Yeah, I would just say, we made that decision, and, went in a different direction after the first 27 plays. And I have full confidence in Tay that, he'll be ready to go this week. And we'll do everything we can to help him be ready to go.
He'll start?
He will start.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Jordan Renan.
Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Morning, Jordan.
Morning. I'm wondering what you saw from Daniel last night overall, and why you think late in games you're not able to make the plays when you need him to in regards to the passing game. I'm specifically talking about the last couple drives.
Yeah, they, on the last play, the ball got away from him a little bit on the interception. The series before that, we got the strip sack. I think that he did some good things throughout the game. Made some good decisions, made some good checks. I thought he pushed the ball down the field and gave our guys some opportunities to make, which, that was a great throw to Slay, a couple good throws to Malik. And he's been working hard on that, and I think that showed. And he did a good job of operating the plays and the checks and things that we had in that environment. So I thought he did some good things. And then, ultimately, like you said at the end there, it's all of us. We just didn't get it done.
And just to clarify, he's still your quarterback going forward again?
He is, yeah.
In regards to the illegal formations and shifts,
yeah,
what did you see when you went back and looked at those?
We got to do a good job of getting set, and we had a fair amount of shifts and motions, and we got to do a good job of getting set. Everybody getting set, offensive lines, receivers, so we can all do a better job of that. Timely play calls, all those type of things. We're all involved in it, and that was something at Cleveland. We didn't have any, and Seattle, we didn't have any in that environment. So, we worked hard at it. This week we had a ton of noise. We had extra speakers. We had all those type of things, and then ultimately no excuses. Didn't get the job done.
They explained on the broadcast that the way they were explaining it was that at least Malik, the one that cost you the touchdown, he didn't stop completely at the beginning. Is that kind of what you saw?
Yeah, there was a couple things on that particular play where we got to do a better job, and that starts with me.
Neil Best.
Just back to Deontay for a minute. Did you, your staff and players have expressed concerns with him now, several occasions this year. Did you see any indications of any of this sort of thing last year? Do you think it's more, isolated to these couple of things that have happened this year?
Yeah, I'd say I'm focused, Neil, on moving forward here with Tay, and I think he'll approach this week with the right mindset, and we'll do everything we can do to help him.
I assume this goes without saying because of the importance of that position, but I mean, how important is it to you just in football terms to have him, play well and be a key guy for you moving forward?
Yeah, I think he will be, and I think that he'll come in with the right mindset, the right attitude, and everybody will help him do the best job he can do, and I know he certainly will give everything he has.
Thank you.
Yep.
Paul Schwartz.
Hey, Brian.
Morning, Paul.
Hey, good morning. Dexter, with us after the game, was quite frustrated. He said he was extremely frustrated. Daniel obviously was very frustrated. The guys who've been there the longest have seemed very frustrated. Do you worry, and how do you maybe combat the cumulative effects of losing on some of these guys to where either they expect it or they don't know how to deal with it, or they just get incredibly frustrated by it?
No, losing is frustrating. So, what we can do is control the things that we can control. You put everything you have into this each week, Paul. So when you're having all those meetings and you're going through all those practices and you're giving everything you have on the field, everybody, and you don't get the results, certainly that is. So, and particularly right after a game, that was a close game. That was a competitive game. And, nobody's happy with our record. I've said that before. So we have to come in and with the right mindset, like we do each week, and do everything we can do again to put the best product on the field we can on Sunday. And that's always the challenging part, but you're never happy after a loss. It's why you do this, is to win.
With all these games, one more for me. One more, all these games with you calling the plays as far as, there's 15 points, 18 points, 18 points, the points, and you kept saying we need to score more.
Yeah.
Do you ever allow any of that to get inside you? The doubt, as far as like, maybe, we can't do, this is an 18-point team. We can't, you know what I'm saying? It just because it's happened so often. You ever allow any bit of doubt to creep into your mind about that?
No, I think, look, all you can do is prepare as hard as you can prepare, all of us, and then go out there with confidence to go out there and execute, the plays, to call the plays, to be on time with them. And that's why you prepare for it. So, again, you do everything you can do each and every week to prepare the right way, to practice the right way. And again, we want different results. We got to continue to work to try to get those.
Thanks.
Yep.
Tom Canavan.
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
Tom, morning.
It seemed in 22, you guys every week found ways to win.
Yeah.
Is that something that, I don't know, it's gone the last 2 years, or how do you find ways to win? Well,
I think we got to do everything better. So let's coach better, play better, make timely plays. It's all encompassing, and we haven't done that yet. So we're doing everything we can to try to do that, and we'll continue to do that.
One other question: at any point in the game, did you go up to the referee and say, "How is that not running into the punter"?
Yeah, I have a lot of conversations with officials. I keep those private. But whatever they call is what they call. We got to be ready to play the next play.
Thank you.
Yep.
We'll take three more. Mark Cannizzaro.
Hey, Dabes. I'm curious. A little bit of spin off of Paul's question. When you do so many things well that you did do last night, and the losing keeps happening, what's the trick on your part and your staff's part to keep these guys engaged? I know they're professionals and all that stuff. Yeah. You're maybe one loss away from, or whatever, but from maybe whatever the number is for the playoff.
Yeah, no, I understand the question.
What's the trick?
Everybody's professional. So look, we all want to be as good as we can be, and we got to go back and look at what we did well, which was, there's certainly plenty of things, and then what we didn't do well and fix those things. And, two of the big things, we really focused on last week were the turnovers and the third down. And, they've been consistent with that. When they win the third down battle and turnover battle, they've been undefeated. So, again, everybody's professionals. You come to work every day with the right mindset, week of practice, week of work, and then go out there and perform as best as you can.
What were you most pleased with about last night, player wise, whatever?
Yeah, no, I thought we played physical, kind of all the way across the board. There was a high amount of effort, and then ultimately just a few plays got away from us there. Obviously the punt return is tough to, it's a tough one to overcome, but we missed some opportunities that we have to make. That's ultimately the bottom line.
Thanks.
Yep.
Brian Donlevy.
I think you're on mute, Rye.
Hey, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Obviously, you and Joe are in lockstep on a lot of things, Brian. So I'll ask you, since we don't get him for 2 weeks, what is your thought process between the two of you here on the trade deadline? Do you expect to move guys? And if so, how do you handle the locker room, the message that sends to the locker room when you trade players off?
Yeah, I'd say that's a better question. I know you're not talking to him for a few weeks for Joe. We're kind of locked in on, week to week opponents, and that's where my focus is.
I just meant from the standpoint of, I'm sure he runs it by you if he's going to do it. I'm sure you have an opinion on, I want to keep this team together or not.
Yeah, I'd say, any of those conversations we have, Rye, will be private. And then once you guys talk to Joe, you can talk to Joe.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I wasn't there, full disclosure, I wasn't there, but just hearing it on the broadcast or whatnot and reading reports about it. Frustration's one thing. When you have guys fighting or infighting on the sideline or whatever, that sounds a little different. What is your concern level for the teammates in the locker room fighting, bickering with each other, blaming each other?
Yeah, I don't have concern with that. I think we have, guys like Dex, who's a good leader, and I want leaders to be able to do that. Again, that's part of leadership at times. So we have a close knit group. It's a competitive game. Things like that are going to happen at times, but our guys are pretty close.
Thank you.
Yep.
Last one, Art Stapleton.
Hey, Daves. Good morning.
Morning, Art.
I know we asked you about the 2-point conversion last night, but then going in the locker room, talking to the players, the timing of the aspect, is it all synced up together? Is it all, Daniel not knowing, is he supposed to look at the play right away and then snap the ball quickly? Is he supposed to wait for guys to set? How does that play out as you've practiced it? And did it go the way? Well, obviously it didn't go.
Yeah, no, it didn't. No, we've been practicing it for,
right.
Yeah, for a while. And obviously you couldn't tell after what happened on it. But again, what happened, what I told you last night is really what happened. Motor was a little bit wide. He was looking at the official. Daniel saw a look, and there's you never know how teams are going to line up to a unique formation like that, where there was only 2 guys out there, and we wanted to get the ball to Malik. There was a few things going on in the play, but Daniel saw the right thing, and he did the right thing.
But in that situation, is Daniel's responsibility basically to see how the defense is playing the formation and then immediately snap the ball so they can't react to it? And, where was the issue? Where was the timing issue? Was it on the quarterback snapping the ball too soon, or was it
Daniel did the right thing? Daniel did the right thing. He saw what he needed to see. So, a little bit of a surprise play, if you will, surprise formation. And, he saw the look. You can never tell how teams are going to line up. We've practiced that play probably more than any play. And unfortunately, it didn't work. But Daniel did the right thing.